Oh yeah, that's definitely Suck a Titty by the Ocean.
Hi, it's Patrick and Brett from Unsigned Pop Punk. Today we're going to be reading your responses to our questions across the social media verse. Today we're asking the age-old question, have you ever misheard lyrics so badly that it changed the meaning of the song for you?
First off, from Instagram, we have Where's Waldo Nuts saying, I legit thought Newfound Glories, I'd still pick my friends over you, was I still think my friends over you for over 20 years. Totally changed the song for you. Now, this is one that I can relate to because I love Newfound Glory.
Right.
And for a very long time, I thought the lyric was, I still pick, or sorry, I still think my friends over you was the lyric for a very long time. That
Really?
is the way I sang it. That is the way that's what I thought it was. And then I don't even know how many years had passed listening to this song. Because if you remember, this song was on the radio. This wasn't like an underground single. This song was
Right.
huge at the time.
Massive.
It wasn't for years. It might have not been until the Catalyst came out that I realized that I didn't have the lyrics correct.
Wow.
And it does change the meaning of the song too a little bit because you're talking about like, oh, my friend, he's over you, like
Oh, sure.
a relationship sort of thing like that, right? But no, he's saying I'd pick my friends over you. Totally different meaning, totally changes the spectrum of the song. So this is one, when I saw this pop up, I was like, dude, yes. And I am sure I'm not the only one.
No, I can't imagine. Well, clearly you're not the only one because
Right,
Where's Waldo Nuts also agrees with you.
right.
Maybe it's because I probably had the CD, so I looked at the lyrics and stuff like that. I never had that with this song, but there are plenty of songs where I miss. There's one in particular I sing all the time while I'm working, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's like it makes me laugh because I know it's not right, but I don't know what the lyrics are, and I also don't care.
Right, right.
So
There's definitely some songs where it's like, oh, I don't know this line, but I know how the syllables sound, so I kind of just throw words in that make sense while I'm singing along.
see,
Um,
that's another thing. Like I think we just also need to normalize singing the lyrics even if you don't know the words.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Like be that person at the concert that like you don't know the line of the song, but you are gonna belt out some syllables that no one can understand. But when people look at you, man, you know all those lyrics like the back of your hand.
Yeah, that darn right. Darn tootin'. Next up, we've got from Instagram as well, Lisa Luhu, who says, yes, I always thought I walk alone instead of I wore cologne in What's My Age Again. Now, this, Brett, I get because I
Yes.
also, this is one I did think. And I didn't even remember it until I read this and I was like, holy shit. I
Mm-hmm.
did think, and I probably, look, I honestly probably thought this for like 10 years.
Oh
It's
yeah.
probably like 10 years until like I was really thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. No, that's not right.
No, and same actually. I mean, I not only did I think that was the lyric for the longest time, my band covers "What's My Age Again," and I'm pretty sure that just recently our bassist said, "Yeah, I just realized that the line is actually I wore cologne, not I walk alone." And this record came out in I think was it 99? I want
Yeah,
to say
$19.99.
it was
Yeah, yeah.
1999. Um,
Only 26 years.
yep, yep. I mean, hey, there's still some lyrics on that song I don't on that record, which is one of my all-time favorite records.
Yeah,
Still lyrics on the record I still mishear or like miss sing. Um,
right.
I am 100% positive too that the average listener probably thinks it's I walk alone because it sounds very close to I walk alone. And
Yeah.
to be fair, as as someone just listening to this song, that's not the first thing that your mind's going to go to. So I get it. I can relate to this one too. So this next one actually comes from TikTok, This is from Juan of the Dead. Accidents by Alexis on Fire. Great song, by the way. Great band. I always thought it was you're not sure because the crew won't talk to you, but it's your next sir becomes a cruel taunt to you. Now, I know this song. I cannot picture where this line falls in the song, but that is a I mean that is a pretty big difference. But I could see
Right.
reading those out loud. I can see. Um, I'm
Yeah.
guessing that's
Yeah.
probably one of George's like screaming parts on like the verses. If I had to guess.
I wouldn't know.
I don't think that's a Dallas Green line from that song from when he's singing. Like just trying to play it back like on like flash memory right now.
But like,
I want to say, and again, it's scream too. If I'm correct, if it's a screaming
it,
part, which already adds a level of complexity to understanding lyrics. You know,
right.
sometimes. In Alexis on Fire's case, I would agree because he's got a very dirty scream that I don't want to say it's impossible to understand what he's saying,
Right.
but it's garbled, maybe is the best way of putting it. It's got a very garbled type of scream.
Sure.
So I could understand how listening to it and like trying to like listen closely, you would hear one thing and not the other, because I do that all the time with heavier music where there is prominent screaming.
And also, I also want to comment on how your next sir becomes a cruel taunt to you is such like early 2000s fucking lyrics.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that back then it was like everything was like so trying to be ambiguously fucking artistic and cool, and just like
Cryptic, like trying to be
cryptic.
like very cryptic.
Yeah, and like deep meanings and stuff. And like,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, it's awesome, and I really enjoyed it. But it's really funny, like looking at that, and I'm just like, man,
Yep.
this is 100% early 2000s post hardcore, like
Yep.
100%.
Oh yeah, it's like that's a time capsule lyric right there. Like, no,
Just like
you're right though, because
put
everyone
that in
did
time.
that. And then like and especially with these bands too, you go and like read the lyrics sometimes and be like, what are they talking about? Like
Hmm.
that as they're writing the song, they know exactly what they're trying to say. They know
Yeah.
exactly what they're writing down. But as a listener, you're like,
Excuse me.
come again?
A baking
What was
powder.
that? Baking powder?
This next one comes from Reddit. It's from Redemption. Redempted Legacy. Like I was the three instead of the E, like kind of threw me for a second. The funny thing is, Brett, this one is really funny because this one came from like five different people, and
I feel like I saw that on the Discord that some people had
there's
mentioned this one.
this was on Instagram, maybe TikTok, Discord for sure, and a couple on Reddit.
Right.
This comes from Joyce Manor, Catalina Fight Song, and the lyric is I hear suck a titty by the ocean, but the lyric is sunken city by the ocean. I used this one because the Reddit user Redempted Legacy says, I don't care. Joyce Manor are wrong. This song is about a fun night at the beach.
I enjoy Joyce Manor. I cannot pick this line out of the song. I only know a handful of their tunes.
Sure.
I don't think this is one of them.
Okay.
But I still, just the fact that like multiple people have heard this lyric this way just makes me chuckle a little bit. Like,
this was the most like
yeah,
commented
yeah.
misheard lyric.
I actually have it
And
up on Spotify right now just to see. Oh, it's the first line of the song. Okay. I have my Spotify up right now. Give me 1 second. I just want to play these quick few seconds real quick. Oh yeah, that's definitely Suck a Titty by the Ocean. Okay, I get it, you guys. I get it. Like this has to have been like a thing, right? Like I don't know if like I don't know how big of like I mean, I know Joyce Manor has a big underground following,
right.
you know.
Mhm.
this has to have been a thing that like people have commented on, like whether it be on like Reddit or like the band's Reddit or like other places too. Like this has to be a thing that caught on at some point
I mean,
because like,
if I was Joyce Manor, I 100% would have made a shirt out of this.
oh yeah, you got to capitalize on it if they haven't already. All right, this next one comes from Instagram from Kate Likes Zombies. This one actually made me chuckle a little bit. This one is I want to fuck you like an elf instead of I want to fuck you like an animal, as famously saying by Nine Inch Nails on the song Closer. I have never heard that, but I have a feeling the next time I hear this song, I actually listen to Nine Inch Nails a lot at the gym.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the next time I hear this song, I'm going to be hearing Trent Reznor's sweet whisperings about elves.
I can hear the song in my head, and
Yep.
I don't hear how you can like, because it goes, I wanna fuck you like an animal, it like
Right.
like it even follows like the music kind of with it. So when it go like, I wanna fuck you like an elf.
I think it's the way though that Trent Reznor sings on that song, and
Sure.
kind of the way he sings in general. He's on that particular song, right? Especially that chorus. He's got this kind of smoothness to his
Yeah.
syllables almost, so it's not necessarily just animal. It's more
Yeah.
like
Animal.
animal.
Yeah.
Almost drunk. Almost has this like drunken. I don't want to say drunkenly,
Yeah.
but it's got this like slur to it,
Yeah.
right? So I
Sure.
could see how like if you're listening to it and not like maybe not necessarily like focusing on it, how you just hear, elf. you know, I could see it. I have never heard it that way, but I guess I could see. And again, it changes the meaning of the song a bit, a little bit. I understand why it's not elf, but yeah, it certainly changes the vibe when you're talking about an elf versus fucking like an animal.
And with that, that's all we got for you today. Those were wild. Some of them were pretty wild and hilarious. And
Yes.
I can't wait for more. Stay tuned for part 2 of the Misheard lyrics video, and more chaos will ensue.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Suck a Titty by the Ocean. Okay, I get it, you guys. I get it. Like this has to have been like a thing, right? Like I don't know if like I don't know how big of like I mean, I know Joyce Manor has a big underground following,
Right.
this has to have been a thing that like